So I got my spindles all cleaned up. Just got to do the kingpin bushings in them now. Those are still the old ones, but these clean up really well. The threads and everything are in really good shape. My bones are done. All I need to do is get the truck here and then decide whether I trim this piece off, because I don't think it's going to be redundant, because I'm going to do a spring over on the perch pin. But they're all cleaned up. Welds are smooth. Bungs are welded in the end. Threaded bung there so you can put the tie rod ends in. Axle's all cleaned up and smooth. I took the flashing off of it, where the forged parting line was, just because on the bottom here it had actually been sitting in a field long enough to start some rusting and pitting in here. So I took the grinder wheels, the flapper wheels to it, cleaned all that up. So pretty much ready to go. Only thing on this axle is at one time somebody took a welder to the end of it. I've been looking at it real careful. I don't see that it's broke. I've got a feeling somebody welded on the end of it to get the kingpin to release as a means of heating the axle. It's the only thing I can think of here, but both ends have a similar web welding on it. It doesn't look like it was done in the factory. Could be wrong, but it just doesn't appear to be factory. So those are all welded in, ready to go. Tie rod ends go on the end of the bones there, go onto a bracket on the truck. The brake parts got picked up today. That's the backing plate, bolts onto the spindle here, and then the caliper mounts in here. So that's all the bearings and adapters and everything's in there. Calipers, pads, rotors are in this box. So the front end just needs to have the kingpins pressed in, and I'll find somebody who can ream those out for me. And then that stuff's pretty much ready for the truck to come back. I bought this rear axle here. This is out of a early 80s Toyota truck. These are pretty heavy duty rear end. Actually, it's nice because the center section just unbolts out of these, pulls the pig straight out like a Ford 9-inch. And then 4 bolts. These aren't floating axle. I mean, these are kind of a semi-floating axle. If you undo the 4 bolts on the backing plate, the drum, and the axle all pull straight out of the differential. So the axles are actually bolted in. Helps you if you snap an axle, you don't lose your wheel. So now I guess work on kingpins and getting this cleaned up. It seems like I'm getting out of hand here with the cleaning it up part, because it's going to be a rat rod, but at the same time I want the stuff painted flat black, so the rust has got to get bucked off it a little bit. But that's where I'm at this point. I'll talk to you later.